All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Gaming. I know I haven't ever made an Elder Scrolls build. Wanted to make this build video before the council launch of the changes in the patches that's coming September 6th for council. I really have been enjoying the heck out of this build. It's pretty much a one-bar open soul tank build, and it's a two-hand. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You probably, yes, it is a fun build, but I have tanked hard mode trials. I have tanked all the vet DLCs. I've done hard mode, pretty much everything. It is a Nord. You can see it is a Dragonite as well. Like I said, is one bar, and get this, it's medium armor. It's a primarily medium armor. So I know it's like people are clicking off right now. Oh, but hear me out. Please hear me out. All you Elder Scrolls vets, I've been playing the game since beta. I stopped playing for maybe like 3 years. It's me coming back because the content kind of got stale to me or whatever. But I'm back and I'm trying new crazy builds and I'm bringing them in the trials and just having a good time. This is not going to be the top of the top mid-max leaders build, but it'll be fun and it's efficient, and I love it. I mean, I love it because it allows me to not have to really change my sets too much, and it also allows me to put the PvP and battlegrounds as well as tank vet dungeons and vet hard mode trials. So let's get into it. The primary bar I'm using a Tormentor set. Yes, I'm using Torment mostly because I'm using a two-hander. Tormentor has a lot of benefits, especially with this build because it is primarily medium armor. So when you look at Tormentor, you can see when you deal direct damage with a charge, leap, teleport, pull, as most people already know, you get 3600 spell and physical resistance as well as taunting the target. That's big because this build is all about AoE taunt. AoE taunting and just keeping aggro on everything. On to the other piece, other set I'm wearing the Steadfast Metal. And with the Steadfast Metal, I am running tri-stack glyphs on it, and I'm doing reduced cost of block. The reason I'm doing reduced cost of block is because for all you tanks out there, you know you get 36% block reduction just for using sword board. So I had to find a way to circumvent that. If you go to the medium armor bonuses, you'll see that you get 3% per piece of medium armor and reduced block. So I have on 15%. So that still left me with a 21% deficit. And I decided to find a set that would allow me to make up that gap. While I have fast metal, while you have a food, buff active, reduce the cost of your core combat ability. Your core combat abilities, for people who don't know, is your block, your sprint, your break, your attack, stuff like that. That's your core combat ability. So 25% plus the 15 you get the medium armor is 40%. So you get a little bit more than what you would get with Sword and Word with that combination. On top of that, you got to think about you might run defensive posture. Defensive posture gives you some more block reduction, so it just kind of bleeds off into that. So I did reduce on the body. I did a heavy armor tormentor piece with 16% reinforced, just to get a little bit more beef. Because you are, especially in hard mode trials, you're gonna be the center of attention. You're gonna be taking a beating, so you need to be able to stand in there and you know, you gotta die. For the one piece of monster set that I have, I went with the pirate skeleton arm caps, and that's basically because it was the only piece of medium monster set that had reduced cost of blocking without me having to transmute. Because I wanted this piece to be either Lord Warden, Mighty Chudon, Pirate Skeleton, anyone that gave you almost 1500 armor had reduced block. So I wanted to do that. Another steadfast metal piece, reduce block, steadfast metal, reduce block. I went with the Crimson Last Stand Tor. It's basically the Tormented set. I will reinforce there. And then on my last piece of steadfast metal, I'm kind of torn between doing another 4% reduced block and just keeping the 16% reinforced. I'm testing them both out, but I'll keep you posted on if I make any changes. As far as my necklace, I have a bracing glyph for more block reduction. And I have infused, so I can take that 203 gold glyph up to 324. On the Oaken Soul, same thing, but for all of you who don't know what the Oaken Soul ring does, and this is before the buff for my build. I don't know how everybody else feels about the Oaken Soul. So what's gonna happen tomorrow, I believe, is Major Berserk, Major Force, Major Protection. There's another major that's gonna go down to being minor. But what they do is, what you're doing, they're empowered. So with minor empowered, you're gonna be able to get 80% on heavy swings, add monsters. So that's gonna be dope. You're also get not major ages, minor ages and minor select. So that's gonna be dope because a lot of the best in the slot trial sets, you have to basically go into get them because they have minor ages on it or something like that. This set is my setup is a bit selfish on the front end of it, but it's not really a selfish thing. I can pretty much show you that. And then the steadfast metal ring, I have the reduced block, and I put protective on to get the 1150 spell resistance. I really don't need it because I'm able to hit the cap with the setup that I have, but I just kind of wanted to push a little bit over. What I'm thinking is, though, I might go with another infuse to get this up to 324 to further reduce my my block cost. We'll get to how low my block cost is. If we go into my character sheet, you can see I did 64 health, and with 64 health running the sugar skull cookies, I have 19,000 Magicka, 40,000 health, and almost 25,000 stamina. The Magicka recovery is 600. The health recovery is over 1,000, and my stamina recovery is 865. Big things though is, like I said, what makes the build so versatile is the fact that you have 3,900 spell damage and weapon damage, which jumps up when you do certain abilities. I have 22% crit on both sides, and then I have 4,000 spell and physical penetration, which depending on the content, I can get that up to 10,000 easily. So it just depends on what you're looking to do. And like I said, with the spell and physical resistance, you see that almost 29,000. So with that 29,000 and then the 36 that you get from the Tormentor, you're able to bump it up to about like almost more than enough to tank anything. When we look at advanced stats, we have a block cost of 433, which is not too shabby for a two-hander medium build. You have the base cost of 574, break fee of 4050, dodge roll 26. You have the sprint cost of 350, sprint cost of 350. You have the bash damage 17. Block mitigation, I'm still trying to figure out how to get that higher because I want to sit around 75% block mitigation. I think that's going to be real good, but that's what I'm working towards getting that to. Block movement speed is 42%, but that's going to jump up because how my build is set up, you get speed buffs from the pump. You see all the resistances and whatnot. And like I said, I have like medium sugar stones. You get all the buffs that you typically would get from a sword and board tank. It's just not a sword and board tank. And when we look at the skills I choose to run, what I run primarily is my oldest ferocious elite. You do about 14,000 damage to all enemies in the area, knocking them down and stunning them. But it's not so much that, it's the fact that you're leaping. So when you're leaping, that's going to be an ultimate taunt. On top of that, you get a damage shield that's 41,000. It's your whole bar and a damage shield for 6 seconds, which gives you a second layer of bar. On top of that, Dragonite, you have access to, what is it, Battle Roar. Battle Roar, for every point of ultimate, you get 50 Magicka stamina and restored, so it can. As far as my R1, I use the Unrelenting Grip. The reason I use the Unrelenting Grip because it is a pool, so it does activate Tormentor, which pretty much gives you 100% uptime on your Tormentor. Also, when you use it against a boss, it's 100% free because Unrelenting Grip, if the target cannot be pulled, you restore 100% of the ability cost as magic. So yeah, bosses can be pulled. So you pretty much have a spammable that costs nothing. So with the Tormentor set, the Tormentor is gonna allow you to just repeatedly have taunts up, especially in boss fights where the ads, like in trials, when you have mini bosses and stuff like that that you're trying to control all at the same time, you can taunt everything and not have to worry about your resources. So that's pretty good. As far as where I get my major breach from, my major breach comes from my Noxious Breath, and as you can see, it does 6,000 poison damage and 10,000 over 14 seconds. But the biggest thing is it gives you major breach. Major breach reducing your physical and spell resistance by 5948. Eruption, I know a lot of DK tanks typically run the shield. I don't run the shield, I run the eruption because eruption costs 378 Magicka to use, and because of Helping Hands, I get 990 back. But the key for me was always to get my block cost to be less than half of what Helping Hands is. Helping Hands is 990, so I know I wanted my block cost to be at least 475 and below. I got it down to 433 so far. And the mindset behind that is if I'm spamming eruption, because you can blockade. If I'm spamming eruption inside of a boss's space, I'm hitting them for an instant 6,000 every eruption. If he's breached and everything. So I'm hitting them for 6,800 every eruption, set them on fire, one. Proccing my frost damage from my two-handed. Two, frost damages. My frost damage is proccing, which is giving a minor main, which is reducing the damage by 5%, just like you would get from a sword and board build. But the added benefit is for every one cast of this, I'm getting 2 blocks, and that's how I look at it. So as far as stamina recovery, this is super key for my blood. It's kind of up for debate. I personally like to see the number I'm getting back when I heal, so that's why I went with this as opposed to the Green Dragon's blood. The Green Dragon's blood is only going to give me 33% of my health back, whereas this one's sure 9,000 before you start calculating in my healing received and my healing back. On top of that, depending on if I'm getting beat on, I'll get a 50% additional healing base of my. Then it gives you major fortitude, increasing my health recovery as well. So in the thick of it, especially in those hard mode trials, I'm able to pretty much hold my own a lot of times without a healer, without a dedicated healer. So that's pretty good. And my bread and butter of the whole bit, Stampede. Stampede launches your character with procs Torment, but it hits everything in the area. It's always a critical strike, so it's going to do crazy damage, and it's going to leave a dot on the card. So, but the added benefit of it is, if you see, it does physical damage. Physical damage with Stampede causes Sunder. Sunder causes Minor Breach. Minor Breach is the other piece of the puzzle as far as with tanking, because most sword and boards, using Pierce Armor. Pierce Armor gives you major breach and minor breach and all in one attack. I can do it all too. So it may be a different way of getting all of the benefits that you get from Sword and Board, but this build, as I clearly went over, is able to reach all of the same levels of the Sword and Board. If we look at my champion points are also a little different. And my main bar, I'm using Reaving Blows. The reason I'm using Reaving Blows is because of Stampede, and like I said, I can spam my chains. My chains is spammable, and it gives you 7% healing of the damage done. Then you have Ironclad because most attacks and whatnot, so I'm getting 6% there. Stacking onto my endurance and endurance. So I'm doing my stamina maxing. I want to max out my stamina, so that's what I'm working on. Also here, I'm doing the 700% spell penetration. I can put this anywhere else, but as of right now, I just like it where it is because the cool thing about my build is I'm also doing damage. I'm probably in a trial. I'm doing a little bit more than the healer, you know what I'm saying, or a little bit less than all damage sacrifice because you're giving everything that you normally give and some because you're also able to do some other things. I'm running preparation and reduce damage taken from non-player attack. I haven't figured out what else I'm going with it yet. If you look at my red tree, I'm using the max health, I'm using the max armor, and I'm also maxing out my block mitigation by 20% here. And I am working on maxing this out. This is going to be another 4% when that's done. So I guess we can talk about the green tree. I mostly just care about Treasure Hunter, Steadfast, Enchantment, and Ration. Everything else, that's pretty much it. As far as this build, like I said, I'm able to run all content in the game at the hardest difficulty in the game. I don't really know what the rating of difficulty would be to play it. I'm just so used to playing it, so I don't know if anybody can just pick up and play it, but I'm more than sure you could. It's pretty much a simple rotation. It's one bar, it's a tank. You're always in the action, you always have control of everything. And the greatest thing about it is being a DK, you have control over all your resources. So when having control over all your resources, you're never stuck in a problem that you can't get out of. But again, this is your boy Sinister 7 Gaming.